What fictional character do you hate with every fiber of your being? Abigail Williams from The Crucible. Arthur the children's character is the absolute worst. Phil Leotardo from The Sopranos. The guy who kicked John Wick's dog. William Rawlkins, Agent Orange, from The Punisher. Griffith from Berserk. Joffrey and Umbridge. Karen from Shameless. I would vacillate between loving, hating, and feeling sorry for all the other characters, even Frank, but Karen built my hatred to an inferno. God bless Mandy Milkovich and her sedan. Pontiff Sullivan. Fuck that asshole. Turned the dancer into an outrider knight and ultimately she turned into what you face in the cathedral. Took almost a month for me to beat her. Fuck him. The son Adam on your honor. Oh my god. He is so stupid. Kavoth from Name of the Wind. I really can't stand that he is so full of himself and lack any sort of self-awareness. Also pretty much any jerk with a heart of gold character like Tony Stark, Rick Sanchez or Snape. Often they feel like some sort of wish fulfillment character, where being shitty to others is justified by one or a few heroic actions towards the end of the story. Diego of Go, Diego, Go. Aside from the fact that the format of the show is terrible to watch as an adult, Diego will always have a special place in my own inferno. He is an 8-year-old who is basically unsupervised and constantly endangers himself and his family because of his own incompetence. No Diego, you shouldn't attempt to rescue an adult Jaguar, you dumb fuck. Tell someone who is trained for it like, well, anyone else in your family. My hatred even extended to the live-action Dora movie as I was basically praying for his death in every scene. Fuck. Diego. Joe. Rey Skywalker. UAC spokesperson from Doom Eternal. Just listening to her voice going mortally challenged as I get obliterated by a marauder made me despise her. I've always been so unbelievably annoyed by Packer from The Office. Objectively the worst character on the show, and I don't even like the show that much. Every single child on the Polar Express pisses me off. The guy from The Homescape's sad. Aunt Spiker and Aunt Sponge from James and the Giant Peach. I know technically they are two characters but they do all the same things, so I hate them both equally, and I know like every book has characters like this, but what really pisses me off is how they treat James like he's such a bad kid for no reason, like at least Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia from Harry Potter had reason to be jerks, not good reasons but still reasons. Aunt Spiker and Aunt Sponge literally have no reason. Porky Minch from Mother 3. Rachel from Tower of God, if you know her then you'll know she's a straight up bitch. Archie Andrews from Riverdale. They are presenting him as a hero in town. But I see him as a stubborn freaking teenager who thinks that he knows what's best and right. Hell not, just shut up man. Uldren Sov from Destiny, I hope he chokes on ramen, I know he is technically gone ATM. Everyone from Ma, everyone. Skylar White. P2 from HXH. She brutally killed my favorite character from that arc, then massacres his body and resurrects him as a puppet just to fight with. Livia Soprano. Everything out of her mouth made me want to claw my eardrums out. Edmund from Legend of Narnia. Jeffrey. Holden Caulfield. Peggy from King of the Hill. I'm not sure if I hate her as much as the title suggests, but her entire character in the show is just messing things up and getting in the way, and never gets any backlash from it. Scrappy fucking do. I hate that little bastard with all my heart. Also DW from Martha, what a little brat. General Shepard in MW2. Zap Brannigan from Futurama. How did he ever become a high-ranking officer in the Democratic Order of Planets, anyway? The comics are of questionable continuity. You'd think that sending multitudes of subordinates on suicide missions would have him court-martialed at the very least. Fuck Muash. Stormlight Archives, Brandon Sanderson. There is even a subreddit r/fuckmuash. God. Angie from Danganronpa. Gideon Hask, General Shepard, the Calypso twins, the Nazi woman from Wolfenstein New Order, please no spoilers, I'm not done with the game, Uldren Sov. Isaka Tiger from Toradora. She is literally just an abusive little shit. Joffrey Baratheon. Dolores Jane Umbridge. John Walker. Greg Heffley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Most obnoxious and entitled character ever. Ben Harmon, American Horror Story Murder House. Gabby from Toy Story 4. She kidnaps Forky to make Woody give her the audio part. Then, when Woody almost saves Forky, she manipulates him into giving her the part by hitting where he's the most vulnerable. Woody struggles throughout the whole film, because he became a forgotten toy, and Gabby uses this to make him feel bad for her. And after all of that, I'm supposed to feel happy for her at the end? Nobody in this film ever calls her out for her manipulative and toxic behavior. Dolores Umbridge. Zack from The Strain. The guy from For Colored Girls Only who threw his kids off the roof that was so sick. The Ice Age baby. Jar Jar Binks, of course. I don't think Star Wars has ever made a bigger mistake. Mr. Shu. Made a hero for the entirety of the Glee series, yet was so problematic but was heralded as the reason for everyone's success. Alexios. Uzuki-chan. Skylar White from Breaking Bad and Percy from Green Mile. Mrs. Bennet from Pride and Prejudice. And Catherine de Bourgh. Dr. Tenma from Astro Boy fills me with rage I can't translate into words. Caillou. The Grey King from Gentlemen Bastards. Fuck that guy and his whole crew. I loved the way they dealt with them though. Maltese Melromark from Rise of the Shield Hero. Fuck her and everyone that believes her. Minoru Minato from My Hero Academia. He is a bit of a gross character, I just wish he did not exist. He has no redeeming quality and is generally annoying. Sakura in Part 1 of Naruto. Umbridge from Order of the Phoenix. Nothing good about her. Ponkrell, fuck Ponkrell. Kathy Griffin. Mineta. Nothing can redeem Mineta. Fuck Mineta. The Flower from Undertale. Commodus from Gladiator. I have a hard time liking Joaquin Phoenix in other roles. Smiley face, he played Commodus that well. Walter's wife. Tariq from Power. The protagonist of Seven Deadly Sins, Meliodas. I'm not even done with the first season and everyone keeps telling me it gets better, but as of now Meliodas' primary character traits are that he's an absolute perv and is a really powerful fighter who wins everything without breaking much of a sweat. Yet I'm supposed to like this guy? Dmitry Raskolov. The farmer's wife in Chicken Run, Mrs. Tweedy, fuck that bitch. DD. Debbie Gallagher. Alan Harper. That whimpering simp of a bitch can go fuck himself. Every time an episode centers around him you know it is going to bring the cringe. I wish Charlie Sheen had not melted down and they brought Ashton Kutcher in to replace John Cryer's character. It would have been a much better show with far less cringe. Holden Caulfield. He's a whiny little bitch. That little voice in my head. Todd from Breaking Bad. Fuck that guy. Trump. Surely he was fictional. Lakshima 2 from Destiny 2. That racist bitch better die already. Arnold from The Andy Griffith Show. I hate that episode so fucking much. Does I want my bike? My bike. My bike. Ring a bell? And I hated Arnold even more. Micah from Red Dead Redemption 2. Felt good to shoot that man in the forehead with explosive shells in a sawed-off shotgun, and in my second playthrough beat that man to fuck as Arthur. That pink lady from Harry Potter. Daisy from The Great Gatsby and most of the other characters in that book. Micah Bell. The Starbucks mermaid because a gas station got destroyed then replaced with a Starbucks. Cassandra Moore. Caillou, the bitch from the bad Star Wars movies, the pink-haired one, everyone in the movie A Series of Unfortunate Events, Cyrus and sometimes, albeit rarely the latter, Randy/Julian in Trailer Park Boys, and basically most characters in Disney remakes, especially Dumbo and Mulan. Every movie villain. Your victory is right there, you have the hero, just shoot him. Donald the billionaire Trump. Rachel from Tower of God, she was the main character, Bam's best friend, and Bam really believed she cared about him, but later in the first season she betrayed him, pushing him off of a floating platform to fall to his death, where he was captured by a group named Fug, and lost contact with all of the people important to him, for years. I'll always hate her for it, and when she finally dies in the series, that will be one of the highest points, at least in my opinion.